My name is Rishali and I live in a village called Karjule Pathal. It is really a very small village in the state of Maharashtra. This is my elder brother Subhash. He studies in the 9th standard. This is my father. He is a principal in a nearby school. And that young fellow there is my younger brother Vinod. He studies in the 4th standard. He too studies in the same school as I. But Subhash studies in a different school since our school is only up to the 7th standard. Now I must rush to school since it is my turn to water the plants there. And by the way, this is my dear granny. I will tell you about her later. She is very sweet. My dad usually drops me and Vinod to school. Then he goes to his work. I really love my school and I always look forward to going to school every morning because I also get to meet my best friends, Tara and Sujata. We always are together in school. We water the plants together, play, and our favorite pastime is to chat near the stairs. Our school is full of activities for the students and the teachers too take good care of us. All of us students are involved in different activities through which we are taught about the environment. If you just look around, you will find that our school is surrounded with trees. It is so beautiful here. But it was not so when our school was built. Earlier, our school was just one room with 2 teachers. When one teacher used to take his class, the other teacher had to take his class outside. During rainy season, all the students from all the classes had to huddle together in one room. It used to be big commotion. Of course, I was not in school in that time, but my elder brother tells us about those times. It was 1995, and this good person from the village, Mr. Valunch, donated this land to our school. The land was on a hillock, and since it was very rocky, it could not be used for agriculture. The land was also away from our village, so there was a big problem for construction of the school. There were no funds available. Our village was suffering from drought. There was very little water available for drinking. My grandma tells me about those horrible days when my mom and aunt had to travel miles to fetch water. All of us were suffering. Since the crops were failing, there was not much money either. Around the same time, the Watershed Program came in our village. A watershed is a basin that catches rain where it falls and feeds it into natural streams and rivulets which finally flow into a river. In Western India, where I live, there are major mountain ranges. So the streams which are formed from rainwater gush down the valley and into the river. The water which flows down from the hilltops bring along with it mud and stones. These then clog the river, which is not a good thing as the riverbed rises and this causes floods. So something has to be done to stop this. There are various simple scientific methods that can be used to prevent this rainwater gushing down the hill slopes at fast speeds. These treatments done in the watershed area are called watershed treatments. While the principle behind these treatments is simple, undertaking them on the entire watershed area is a very huge task. And a lot of people have to work very hard on the land to complete the treatments in an entire watershed. But once done, these watershed treatments conserve the rainwater and the soil and bring prosperity to the people whose lives depend on agriculture and who need water for survival. My parents took an active part in the program. My grandmother used to coax my father and uncle to participate. Any program which involves plantation of trees is good for all of us, she used to say. My grandma never went to school, but she is very sharp. She knows about plants, agriculture, and environment. She says, along with teaching good values to children, it is important to teach them about the environment too. For we live because of the environment. If we destroy it, we will be destroyed too. When the Watershed program began, I used to go on the site with my parents. There would be lots of people who would be digging all the time. But my father says that all the people from the village did not take part in the work. There would be meetings where all the village used to gather and discuss. There would be arguments. Some people were not willing to do Shramdan, which means voluntary labor. So days passed by. Now, after acquiring the land, our teachers were trying to raise the funds for the school building. They would go from door to door and appeal. Finally, they requested all the village people to do Shramdan and help construct the school. Surprisingly, all the villagers agreed. Maybe they were doing this for the future of their children. So, everybody worked and helped to level the land. The Watershed program, run by Father Bakar of the Watershed Organization Trust, hired a tractor and helped to level the land completely. Those were exciting days for the students there. The students enrolled in the Learn and Earn scheme. They used to contribute their services for weeding, mulching, and other simple jobs under the supervision of their teachers. This was done with the permission of the entire village. So, whatever they used to earn would go to the school fund, and from this fund, furniture and laboratory apparatus were purchased. The students were proud of their own contribution and were very enthusiastic about it. The students were literally growing on a watershed effort and learning all about it practically. Slowly, their parents too began getting interested when the students would tell them excitedly what they did in school. So the village did more Shramdan, and in just 5 months, they developed a playground and a road up to the school. My father says that after the school activity took shape, more and more people got interested in Shramdan, and all those who were not joining the Watershed Project also began to join in. The enthusiasm of us children had a good effect on our parents too. From June 1996, each student was asked to plant one tree and also take care of it. Each year, almost 150 trees were planted, and now our school is literally in a forest. We love to play here. This big tree was planted by my cousin Sandeep when he was in school. He is happy to see other children studying under his tree. I bring my friends here and also study under its shade. All the students in our school have their own trees, and when they pass out of the school, they hand over their tree to the next student. So we learn all about its processes and traditions from a young age. In 1996, our school became really famous in all the watershed villages when there was a very big children's camp organized by Watershed Organization Trust right in our school. More than 300 students attended and there was a lot of fun. We took pride in being the only school right on top of a watershed. We showed the children our plantations and they were amazed at our knowledge of watershed development. The visiting teachers were also impressed. Our parents were proud of us. Our school lies on top of our watershed, and the watershed work has taught us a lot. Here we learn to work together on projects. We have to listen to everybody's views and then contribute our part. And all this work is done without compromising on our studies. It is done during playtime. For us, working on these projects is nothing less than playing. It is enjoyable and we also learn from it. Here is the earthworm project from which we get rich earthworm manure. Each of the students has to bring one bag of cow dung. This is used for the earthworm manure or vermicompost. This rich and natural manure is sold to our village watershed committee. After we learn to make earthworm manure, we are given 1 kilo of earthworms free so that we can do this project in our homes. Two of my friends, Sandeep and Ravindra, convinced their father to use earthworm manure. This year, they got very good results and the cost was nothing. Not only is their father happy, but other villagers also are asking their children to bring in earthworms from school so that they can turn to organic farming. We also have a seed bank project under which we are supposed to collect seeds fallen on the ground, sort them and store them. These castor seeds which you are seeing are in demand and add to the school funds. You will find lots of trees and shrubs in the school grounds too. We are supposed to water the plants during our short break. Everybody gets his turn. Our teacher tells us that it is not just important to plant trees. It is more important to maintain them by watering them regularly and mulching around them. He says that just as we require food regularly, so do the plants require water regularly. When my turn came to work on the watershed under our Learn and Earn scheme, we would collect all dry leaves and twigs. These would then be put in the compost pit and the compost would be purchased by the watershed committee. This money goes into our school fund. So every student contributes to his or her school. Our teacher says that soon we will not have to pay any fees to the school since the school has good funds. Maybe it will take some time, but I am glad that I have done my duty towards my school. We also have a computer in our school now. This was donated by Father Bakar. Father was very impressed with our school and our work on Watershed, so he gifted this computer to our school. We all love to operate it. It's great fun. I cannot believe when my elder brother says that his batch never had a decent room to sit in, and that too just a few years back. I consider myself lucky that I have got such a good school. It is because of the efforts of our teachers, students like my brother, our village people, and of course the Watershed Project. The latest facility is the toilet. Almost no village school has this facility, and like other projects, all the school students get their turns for cleaning. This makes us use the toilets sensibly and maintain them. Soon we hope that all our houses will also have sanitation. There are a lot of extracurricular activities in our school, which makes our time spent in school very enjoyable. Every year, students from the non-watershed villages visit our village. They are amazed at how much we know about nature, plants and plantations. They are also impressed with our unity and discipline. We tell them that the key is watershed development. The answer is in conserving our natural resources and being good to our environment. We have to learn the importance of water and save it whenever possible. That is what watershed development has taught us, and that is what we will grow up with.